What's up everybody, this is Jason from C Manga and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail Chapter 464 Natsu vs Zeref. And my god, Natsu went ham on Zeref. My predictions were completely off, there I was thinking he was going to be tapping into his demon side, but no, it was a memento left behind by Igneel. So there you have it. Natsu, he seems to have done what many others have failed to do, kill an immortal. That fight, it was so intense. Like, that power that Natsu used was freaking amazing. I was so surprised when he incinerated Zeref's magic. That part there was just like, bloody hell, this guy has now gotten a dirty power boost. The fact that Zeref seemed like, he did nothing in this chapter just goes to show how powerful that mode was. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I am slightly in awe of what actually just transpired just then. So I wasn't actually expecting this fight to be just so one-sided, from the time when obviously Zeref told his army to retreat, I was obviously there thinking like, oh, maybe Zeref was going to be the one to unleash like his full power, which would obviously harm all the bystanders around, but heck, that was probably obviously going to be his intention. But the second that Natsu unleashed them powers, Zeref, he was completely taken back. He didn't know what to expect. I mean, he seemed pretty confident, like, up until the point where his magic was incinerated. I think, like, up till that point, it was just like, oh, come on, little brother, show me how much you've grown, what can you do? But after that, obviously, you actually just saw his attitude just shifted to, like, finally, someone might actually be able to kill me, finally I can die. It's like, Natsu, man, he just messed his shit up. You know what, talk about that mode now. I really did love the when he unleashed the, what was it called, Dragon King mode? That's obviously the translation that I read. But yeah, everything around him just went up in flames. That was just so badass. It kind of reminds me of like when Captain Commander Genryusai in Bleach unleashed Ryujin Jaka for the first time. Ah, so epic, all the flames around him, everything just incinerated, turned to ash. It's like, damn, Natsu, that is disgusting. So I'm kind of a little bit disappointed though, not gonna lie, just on like how the mode kind of looked. Obviously there wasn't really too much of a change around him, it kind of actually did look like he went skinnier in terms of looks. I would have thought, he'd like either kind of gain some dragon features or get a bit like bigger, hencher or something like that. It kind of obviously reminds me of like when Goku went Super Saiyan God. That same type of effect, skinnier, just like a hell of a lot more powerful. But hell, Chapter was badass. So much action. It kind of makes me sad now that the fact that this was only a one-time thing, that now Natsu's used this, he can't really use it again, because obviously he said like it took him 10 months to train to be able to use it, but once he uses it, that's it. It's all done. But hell, it seems like it must have done its job. Zeref, he actually seems like he might be dead, seeing as how like at the last panel it kind of looks like he was obliterated at the end, nothing left. But obviously I don't think that's the case, there's no way he's dead. It seems way too easy at this point, and plus there's still so much left kind of like to be revealed, like the whole end situation. At some point Natsu has to become End. There's no way they can hype it up, like, keep bringing up End so much, for him not to end up becoming that, but hell, if the title for next week is Anything to Go On, I'm guessing we're gonna have like a little Zeref flashback, probably going into what happened to Natsu, like obviously how Zeref's brother died in the first place. Not to mention, obviously, he did kind of mention like, oh, the only reason I'm like this is because you couldn't kill me last time, which Natsu obviously didn't understand. Obviously going to the fact that when he was End, he tried to kill Zeref before, but then he was defeated or something like that. At some point we have to get obviously the End flashbacks to find out what happened there, how he became a book, how Natsu became Natsu, for God's sake. Just little things like that, Hopefully it might be going into a little mini flashback arc, kind of obviously akin to like when the whole Zeref and Mavis thing. Maybe it goes back to something like that, because it's much needed. And like I've been saying for the most amount of time, this does feel like the final arc. Where can it go after this? It seems like they're going to defeat Zeref, they're going to defeat Akleogia, and then after that, what's left? That seems like it could be the end of Fairy Tail. A little bit, it's a bit sad considering how this arc is starting to become really badass. You had the demon arc before that was pretty badass. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be wrapping up to a really good ending. Just a lot of decent battles. Everyone's actually getting some sort of limelight. Hopefully it isn't going to be like the whole Agile fight. That right there, it was cool, but at the same time it's a bit like, Urza always wins, things like that. But yeah, like I said, this chapter, badass, so much action. Looking forward to next week. Hopefully it's a decent flashback. So yeah, get some more information on what actually happened between Zeref and End. So yeah, that about ends it from me for this chapter, guys. You know the thing to do at the end of these. Let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comment section below. Did you like Natsu's new form? Did you not? You know, what did you think of it? Let me know all that stuff below. And as usual, don't forget to check out the things to do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.